Hola, welcome back. Let's look specifically at the song Compadrón in more detail and what it can tell us about the social and historical context of Latin America. Hopefully, by now, you had a chance to listen to the song. If you haven't, you can listen to it in the further readings. So, we're almost 3 decades into the 20th century. Immigrants keep coming over from Europe. The city of Buenos Aires keeps changing. There are more conventillos or tenements, more cafes, cabarets, more cars, wider streets and avenues. The radio, which was introduced in the early 1920s, is becoming more popular. The window shops display the latest fashion from Paris. People walk the streets putting themselves on show. And among those people are the compadrito and the compadrón. Two characters that remind us that tango came from the slums, the dodgy parts of the city. Tango is conquering the center and claiming new urban spaces, but its questionable origin is extremely visible. These characters strive for visibility, just like those who aspire to climb the social ladder. It is a time when people go out to see and be seen, and especially to show off and challenge social norms. That's what the compadrito does. He's a bad guy and he's rough, always ready for a fight. But actually, that is the image he wants to project. He wants so bad to be bad. Let's go over the lyrics, which will appear on screen as we analyze the song, and I will read them in Spanish and provide the English translation, okay? No tenés siquiera un cacho. The compadrón has no money, no status, but acts like he does. That's the main thing. Put on and display a mask. However, the song challenges him, removes the mask. El escudo de los guapos no te cuenta entre los suyos. And points out that he's not accepted by the real guapos, those who don't need to pretend. So, what the song does is to put him in his place. In other words, to highlight the fact that amidst the turmoil of the city, there are fakes, those who may look the part but are not the real deal. And the compadrón is one of them. In the next topic, Selena will talk more about his language and his attitude. But for now, let's focus on how the song uses the form of a dialogue, which is an essential feature of tango, not only to address the compadrón, but to expose him and challenge him. Just to remind you, I'm now going to read it in Spanish and English translation. Dios te ayude, compadrito de papel maché. God have mercy, compadrito de papel maché. The singer doesn't mince his words and takes the affront of the fake to the extreme. Sos pa mí, aunque te duela, compadre sin escuela, retazo de bacán. To me, you're a nobody, with no school, nothing more than a pretentious rag. This tango connects directly with life in the city through this man who's a social counterfeit, and predicts for him an old age of loneliness and misery as the price to pay for daring to pretend to be something he's not. Compadrón, cuando quedes viejo y solo. Compadrón, when you are left old and alone, you will see you have done nothing. The compadrón is the anti-Gardel, who even pretends to use the sophisticated language of tango. Aunque busques en tu verba pintorescos contraflores pa' munirte de caché. Though you try with florid words to create a reputation. What this tango does is to put him in his place, and that's not a good place to be, as we can see. We have now looked at the song Compadrón in more detail and what it tells us about the social and historical context of Latin America. So, what did you think? A few important things to consider are the place of the new arrivals in the city, the social visibility they want to achieve, the dialogue that goes on between the characters and the city within the song, the language of the new arrivals, and the social mobility and tensions that were taking place at the time in Buenos Aires. I hope you can see how this is reflected in the song. In the next topic, we are going to go over some issues we face when trying to translate not only the language, but also the culture and the sensibilities implicit in the lyrics.